just move on then to question number 5. During the 15-16 school year, Arizona had over 1,000 teaching positions filled by substitutes rather than highly qualified teachers. What are your proposed solutions to attract teachers and encourage teacher retention in Arizona, Senator Farnsworth?
This past session, I supported and voted for SB 1208, which is focused on teacher certification, retention and recruitment. It reduced arbitrary barriers in teacher certification in the state. That reducing barriers and again, making sure the money gets to the classroom. Just wanted to clarify a previous statement about that trip to Los Angeles. I was not criticizing the trip to Los Angeles. I was criticizing the fact that taxpayers were charged for a trip that never occurred. It was financial fraud that was happening. The person who supposedly took the trip said she did not take the trip, and when she called for an audit, she was removed from her position. So just a clarification in case there was misunderstanding of that.
Representative Townsend.
Well, thank you. And I think the first thing that obviously attracts teachers to Arizona is the salary. So we've talked extensively about that tonight. And one of my ideas is a little bit different in that I would like to work with ASU and the other colleges in the state and help them refocus their teacher training program to go back to the old ways. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but teach our teachers how to actually engage the kids. And our poor kids are coming home with stacks of homework. They're fewer and fewer times to go out to the playground. They're overworked. The studies show that that's not effective. That's not increasing the grades. It's causing them to hate the school. So I would like to work with our colleges, have them completely redo their whole program on how they teach our young teachers coming into the workforce so that they can be quality, engaging teachers that can get these kids excited to learn.
I think teachers appreciate being appreciated. And for one thing, you can demonstrate that by providing a livable salary with appropriate benefits that are competitive across the state as well as close to the national average as possible. The starting salary currently in Arizona is approximately $31,874. And if you happen to be a family of 4 on one income, that's below the federal poverty line. The average salary in Arizona is $46,358, but compared to the national average, which is $54,000, they're already at about an $8,000 deficit. If we're working long hours in a highly stressful situation, I think we need to provide them with more support. And part of that is professional development. As a first year, second year, third year teacher, they need that special mentoring and support from other administrators.
Thank you. John?
Well, I don't want to sound like Ms. Steiner, more money, but yeah, more money always helps. But the reality of it, again, is sometimes giving more money doesn't give you a good education. I believe that the certification that was talked about by the senator is correct. That what we need to do is allow some people who are not, that are retirees or things like that can really teach our kids a lot, an opportunity to have a second career in the schools without some of the certification problems that we have. I would like to see our teachers have more authority in the classroom and have the capability of actually ejecting the kid and not have administration bring him back in so that the teachers can actually control the classroom. I'd like to see that teachers have more protection so that they don't have to worry about lawsuits from parents who can't control their kids and they want the schools to do that.
Thank you, John. Scott?
There's of course a shortage. I mentioned the fact that I'd actually looked into getting my license so I could actually substitute. There's an actual report called Educator Retention and Recruitment Report, and unfortunately I forgot to print it out. But it actually had a list of about 20 different things that the state of Arizona could do to retain teachers. One of those, which I thought was kind of interesting, is called the Home and 5 Advantage Program. And they're doing this in Phoenix. And what this is the program that helps assistance for teachers and for fire department personnel and police department personnel being able to afford and buy a home. It gives them incentives to move here. That would be a good thing to do. I agree with John about giving the teachers a little bit more of a stronger role in the classroom. When you have disruptive students, it's affecting everybody in the room. You need to be able to remove them and not have them be forced back into the room. And I'm sure there's quite a few other things that we could do if we take the time to have the conversation and do it.
Thank you. Karen?
All right, well, I think we should get some of the teachers actually involved in some of these policies that actually impact them. I think we should ask for their input, and we should actually try to follow it to the best that we can. I mean, we lose so many teachers. I mean, within like 3 years, we lose, or within the first 3 years of a teacher's career, a lot of them just kind of jump ship. And I can't say that I blame them, given the state of things. So I think if we get everybody together and let the teachers feel supportive and get the parents involved and the kids, get everybody involved in the learning of the, you know, what the children is going through. Get everybody involved, get everybody talking about it, and maybe if we can all be on the same page, maybe we can actually try to solve this.
Thank you. Aaron?
Like a couple other people up here, I think, you know, like I started out by saying, we need to take people who have life's experience and try and bring them into classrooms. As far as teacher salaries are concerned, we've talked a lot about top-heavy administrations. Rather than adding money to the pot, I think we have to look at what's actually in the pot, and are we allocating the dollars properly in our education system. On top of everything else, I think we need to not just empower teachers to have control of the classroom if there's a disruptive student, but I think that most good teachers who are getting into education want to teach. And I think that one of the things that we don't talk about is, and I call it the diamond principle. Diamonds are made by a lot of pressure over time. And I think that we can't be afraid to allow our teachers to challenge our students to do better. I happen to grow up in a very intense academic school environment, and I think that letting off the gas pedal isn't necessarily a good way to do it.